Welcome to the channel and part 3 of the fines filter build. Okay, so a bit of a problem I noticed with the A3 perspex I had ordered. It was only 3mm, and looking at it I thought, well, there might be a potential for this to bend under the weight of water behind it and actually pop out of position. So I've ordered some 10mm clear perspex, which came today, and I started to construct the new secondary wall in the fines filter, which is going to have the extra mesh in it, it'll form a settlement chamber basically. So I'll flip you around and I'll show you what I mean by flimsy. So as you can see, this is the 3mm, although it's quite rigid to hand. I'm just a little bit worried that with water behind it, it might actually bow and pop out of the compartment I've created. So what I've done is I've used the 10mm clear, but I have used the 3mm to cut a frame out for the 80 micron mesh, which will now fit in there. I've even recessed the bottom, scribed the bottom to fit the shape of the bottom of the current tank. So water will push it against that, flow through there. There's the 100mm upstand I was talking about. I was going to cut that down, but for what it's worth, I've just left it. I mean, it stinks when you cut it, it burns when you cut it, especially when you've got shorts on. So that'll form the settlement area in there. That's the waste, so that's for cleaning out the tank connector that we did in part 2. The outflow will go down there at the bottom and out, so that side should never really build up with any significant amount of water. The settlement will just be in here. So what I've done is I've used the 3mm perspex, chopped that out into a square to make a frame. Use some stainless steel screws to use as fixings. It is very tight actually. It fits in like a glove, that does. And I'm not going to make that removable now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to CT1 around it, just in case any sediment fines track underneath it. So that's the next task. That can dry whilst I'm away for a week. Then we can start with fitting the drainage channel where the fines will slope off into and then out waste from further up, which is a traditional method of straining it out. This is just belts and braces, just to make sure that should the mesh become full of fines and start to flow over rather than flow through, there's a secondary option there to strain out. So we'll be fitting the pipe work through there, and we will use tank connectors when we come to fit that, just for ease of fitting. It'll also have a secondary wall coming up on the sides, 2 hooks either side to support the fines tray going down. Well, going down, we're going that way. So 2 hooks that side there, outfall there with a T spray bar, and we'll pick that up on video 3. So this is just a very quick one, very simple piece of the puzzle put together with some 57mm holes, 3 of them. So 57 times 3 is the amount of flow rate that it will allow through there. It shouldn't back up, considering the amount that's going in. So what I've actually done is I've just CT1'd it quickly, as you can quickly see. Sealed it to the sides, sealed it to the bottom. It's got a good bead of CT1 on there. That won't go anywhere once that's gone off. Another piece of the puzzle.